Okay, back in ancient Israel, that was our people killing you white people, man. Okay? The reason why you're doing it today, or was doing it a couple years ago, is because the Lord raised you up, man. That's in the book of Romans, man. That the Lord raised you up to show the world his power. Raised up the basis of men. Raised up a weak, insignificant infidel, man. Raised you fucking monkeys up. You so-called white people, you red monkeys. Raised you up, okay, to show his strength. Raised up the weakest nation. I mean, he gave a monkey a jetpack and a rocket launcher, man. That's what the Lord did. He gave you damn Edomites the technology to make the weapons you got. Okay? He gave you technology. What he gave us is the spirit. He gonna give us spiritual power. Your technology, we're gonna stop it with just our mind, man. That's that new sharp threshing instrument, man. It's spiritual powers. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small. And the mountains is talking about these strong nations, man. These governments. America's a mighty government, man. And we're going to be able to beat it small through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Bashem Rakakmadash. Alright? It says, and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Yo, you people out here, man. We gonna stomp you out, man. We gonna use spiritual power to literally ignite you, man. That's according to the Bible. Men of the Lord had spiritual power in the Bible, and they were killing people with spiritual power. All right, come question it. We can prove it. Okay. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. Yeah, we're going to glory in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakmadash. Okay, that he gave us, that we're chosen in. Okay, that our names are written in heaven. All right, that we're part of the elect. You know, and Lord willing, we get to take part in that. To rejoice in the Lord, to bring judgment upon you people, man. You know? What?
This is Daniel 4:17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth over it the basest of men.
Yeah, the Lord rules in the kingdom of men. You gotta picture the kingdom of men as being a chessboard, or the planet Earth, okay? And the Lord, he controls all the pieces. He controls all these countries, okay? And he set up over the world all these empires. He put the so-called white men, which are the Edomites, as the ruling class in this earth today. He set them up as the power in the earth, as the #1 nation, the strongest military, all right, the greatest economy. He gave to the so-called white men right now. He set it up, the basis of men. Okay, he set up the lowest nation to rule the planet. Okay, because look at them, they ain't got no style, man. Okay, so-called white people ain't got no style, man. Here it is, they got money, but they're wearing shoes from like 10 years ago, man. Here it is, he got a mansion, but driving a Volkswagen. Okay, here it is, she got money, but wearing fake jewelry. Okay, that's how you know he set up the basis of men. All right, and the only one that had anything to say was the Shedemite woman. Okay, the devil woman, man, the Shedemite. Okay, because that's what Edom has succumbed to, being a fucking woman. Okay, his whole power structure is set up by a fucking woman. All right, who's one of the chief in office for Trump? Military advisor, a fucking woman. Who rolls like Germany, I believe? A fucking woman. What's the icon of America? The Statue of Liberty. What is it? A fucking woman. All right, what is America? It's named after a fucking woman. When you add the A at the end of something, it makes it feminine. When you add an O, it makes it masculine. Okay?
This is Job 30:3. It says, for want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, and former time desolate and waste.
Yeah, former time desolate and waste.
So before they came into power, before they had all these riches, they were desolate and waste, fleeing into the wilderness, man, for want and for famine. Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. So they were eating twigs, man. They was growing out the side of rocks. They was eating roots. They was growing out the side of rocks, man. That was their meat. That was their food. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, right? Because they had knowledge of them back then. They knew that this was a damn devil. Job says it the best. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks, which is where you get the term Caucasian from, because they came out of the Caucasus Mountains. Before that, they were dwelling in the Caucasus Mountains over there in the middle, in between Georgia and Russia. They were dwelling in Mount Sierra, man. They were dwelling in Idumea. So they were living in the clefts of the rock then too.
Yeah, and it was called Petra, which Petra means rock or stone.
Among the bushes they brayed, so they were in the bushes, all right. They were in the wilderness grunting, all right, because they didn't have a proper language.
They were going ooh,
like the cavemen that they depict today, man.
Yeah, that's why Esau got some commercials about it's so easy a caveman could do it, because he was the fucking caveman. Okay, the so-called white race, they were the cavemen. They were the cave people. All right.
Should have been so easy in Edomite.
That's pretty much what they're saying. So easy a Caucasian could do it, an Edomite could do it. Okay? So that's what they are, biblically, the Edomites. Okay? But
among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were the children of fools.
They're the children of fools. Esau is a fool. He showed that with selling his birthright. He shows that by the things he does on a daily basis. This motherfucker will put poison in the own air he breathes. This motherfucker will put poison in the same water he drinks.
He shits in his water supply.
When he came over here, he was shitting in fresh water streams again. They were full of silver and gold. Why were they full of silver and gold? Because silver and gold have antimicrobial properties, man. Antibacterial properties. Esau was taking out the silver and gold. Alright, taking out the crustaceans, eating the crustaceans, pissing and shitting in the water. He would go up in the mountains and piss, or would come downstream. Where the Lord set up waterfalls as a cycle to keep the water non-stagnant. Okay, to keep the waters running, to keep it fresh. Okay, because stagnant waters breeds death. Mosquitoes, harmful forms of life, bacteria. Okay, the Lord being the omnipotent that He is, set it up to where the earth would have its own natural recycling filtration system, and waterfalls and whatnot. You think they're just there to look? No, it's a filtration system. It'll splash through different rocks and different elements will filter the water, man. You know.
Yeah. And then you have different wildlife that lives in the ocean, lives in these fresh streams. That's where you got lobsters and crawdads and different species of catfish. Right, you have bottom feeding fish, which are meant to clean those waters, man. But Esau, he eats those animals. He will eat the animals that were designed to clean the environment. And then he goes around, he shits in fresh water supply, man, and contaminates it. If you ever watch that movie Willy Wonka, when they go into that place where all that candy is, and there's this big chocolate waterfall, and that big fat Edomite starts drinking out of the chocolate river.
Falls into it.
Willy Wonka starts plugging out, man. He's like, no. He's putting his hands in there. He's contaminating the chocolate supply.
Willy Wonka's a Jake. Who the fuck is Jamaican? So, I mean, only a Jake can make all them candies and all that stuff for other Jake. Even Charlie was a Jake. But then you had Edomites there that didn't want, you know, if they would have got rule over that, they would have destroyed all that creation, man.
Destroyed it. That's what Esau is, an ungrateful demon, man.
Yeah. Like I think it was Farouk and her father were talking about making money off it before they even got it. Because her father was like a car salesman or something. And she was talking about, oh yeah, we're going to make so much money.
That's what Esau is, a fucking hustler, man.
Charlie didn't even want it. You know? Just like Jake, 2/3 of Jake today, they don't even want to rule over these nations, man. Okay? 2/3 of our people, they want everybody to make it in the kingdom with them. Okay? But the Lord, that's why the Lord set up an elect, all right, with the ruling class mentality. That are going to say, wow, the Lord did this for me. I woke up to this bullshit that we're surrounded by. I want that. I want these motherfuckers that have been laughing at me, smiling at me, talking shit about me my whole life. That's my slaves, man. That killed my ancestors, okay? I want that, all right?
Not only that, the elect can see the fact that these other nations, they don't believe in Yahweh Shem outside. They don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. They follow Esau. All right, and we understand that Esau is a complete dirtbag and will destroy the earth. If given the chance, he will run the earth into the ground, man. He'll destroy everything, and he won't repent. He won't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. He won't, because he casts instruction behind him, and he's as a deaf adder. So he don't listen to wisdom and instruction. So this devil could never rule the earth. He could never be the power over the earth, man, because he can't rule. He's not fit to be the ruler. He wasn't designed to do that. He was designed to destroy everything, man. So the elect know that these nations have to be ruled over. The elect know that there's an order to everything, and Yahweh God created Israel to be the rulers of the earth, man. Somebody's got to rule the world. Somebody's got to rule over the other nations, man. And it's not Esau. So verse 8, it says they were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. So it says that they were viler than shit, man. And now am I their son? Yeah, I am their Bible, right? Because it tells you in the scriptures that Israel will become a proverb and a byword amongst the nations, man. You know, at one point Jake was ruling the entire world, man. But now we're a proverb and a byword to Esau and these nations, man. To the basis of men, man. To the children of fools. People that are viler than the earth, we've become a proverb and a byword to these people, man. They abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face. Because he has loosed my cord and afflicted me, they have also let loose the bridle before me. There was oh yeah, Job 30:1 says, but now they that are younger, or now that they are younger than I, have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to set with the dogs of my flock. So that should tell you enough right there. Alright? That Job disdained to he wouldn't let these people sleep in the dog cage, man, with his dogs, because he'd be afraid that that this devil would violate his animals, man. Because that's something that Esau was known for, is having sex with animals, man. These Canaanites do that shit, they do that weird ass type of shit too.
And it did take place because it's in the law. Okay, that if a woman approached a beast, she's supposed to get put to death. Okay, it's in Leviticus.
Yeah.
You know, that law was there because Esau was doing it, man, and the other nations were doing it back then. Primarily the Canaanites, man, or what you would know of today as East Africans, man.
And that's why Moses said, do not after the manner of the other nations, because the other nations were doing all these abominations. So when you inherit this land, don't do as the things that they were doing before you got up in there.
Yep.
So this is Leviticus 20:15, and if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast.
Yep.
So you got to kill the animal and the person that was defiling the animal.
In America, they don't do that. America gives these people rights to have sex with horses, to marry horses, to marry their dog. Okay, you had a woman that was in SeaWorld. I believe the whale or dolphin killed her because she was trying to have sex with the whale or the dolphin. Okay, they were molesting these animals, man. That's Esau, man. There's documentaries on zoophilia. Okay, where it shows these retard Edomites, and they're literally retarded. Yeah. Having sex with
fucking
animals.
throttle.
Okay, with sheep, with goats, horses. And they do that, man, because they're perverting, man. They're perverse. Okay. You gotta say, like, to yourself, somebody that'll have intercourse with an animal is sick in the head, man. And that's what Esau does, man. Okay? And the law was written that if you've seen an Israelite man or woman doing it, you put them to death. Now, right here it says woman. But you gotta use common sense, man.
Well, it says if a man.
Oh, okay, God. There's another one where it says woman. So if it says...
Right under it says, and if a woman approach unto any beast.
Okay, go ahead, come. Read the whole thing.
And lie down there too, that thou shalt kill the woman, and the beast they shall surely put to death, their blood shall be upon them.
Yeah, you gotta kill both. Their blood shall be upon them. Why? Because they committed an atrocious act, man.
Well, it's over here, I think, in Numbers.
You know? A very nasty thing, man. And the Lord, if the Lord didn't like it, he wouldn't have wrote it in the scriptures, man. Just like he writes about a man lying down with a man. If the Lord was with that, he wouldn't have wrote it in the law and a penalty for it.
Yeah, because look, Numbers 5 and 6 says, so this is because a lot of scriptures will say, okay, if a man do this, if a man lie with man, if man, and then you know, you got a simple ass woman that'll say, well, that says man. You know, so it's okay to be a lesbian. Numbers 5 and 6, it says, speak unto the children of Israel, when a man or woman shall commit any sin that men commit, to do a trespass against the Lord, and that person be guilty, then they shall confess their sin which they have done, and he shall recompense his trespass with the principal thereof, and add unto it the 5th part thereof, and give it unto him against whom he had trespassed. So in verse 6 it says, if a man or woman commit a sin that men commit. So women are under the same law, statutes, and commandments that men are. You're not special. You're not exempt from the law just because you're a woman.
God, that's the truth of the matter. Okay, hey, you women want to say that men and women are equal. Well, you got to equally take the judgments that are written in the Bible. Okay, you got to equally be judged of the Bible. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure now you don't want to be equal. All right, if a man has sex with a man, being a homosexual, okay, now it says man there, it doesn't say woman, but right here it just said if a woman or a man, if a woman commit any sin that a man commits and found guilty, you know, they gotta be judged for it. So you can say, oh well, that's talking about men. No, it's whatever you've done too. Because Romans 1 goes into that as well. A woman taking her natural use and going into lying with other women. Okay, having sex with other women. So-called sex, okay? Because that's really sodomy. Sex is an act of procreation. It's an act of bringing forth life. You can't do that between same sexes, man. That only happens between male and female.
Which is the way it was set up. Yeah. It was set up that you popped a virgin, and that was the marriage was sealed right there, man. And you had children, right? You might get more women, you might get more wives, have more children, because the Lord said to be fruitful and multiply, man. That's why men had multiple wives in the ancient world.
That's why men are going to have multiple wives in the coming world. Okay? You know, hey, before the coming world, men are going to have multiple wives when we begin to be delivered.
But this place it has a perverse spirit mingled in it. So now you got women that have now women have multiple men.
If we go to
Yep, that's backwards.
They'll get married, and then on the side they'll be messing with all these other dudes.
Yeah. And you won't even know about it.
Now you got all these different now you got pansexual, you got asexual, people that just jack off or whatever the fuck asexuals do. That doesn't promote procreation, man. That doesn't promote fruitfulness, which the Lord said that was a commandment. Be fruitful and multiply. The Lord said to multiply, fill the face of the earth, man. How can you do that if you're having sex with other men? How can you do that if you're a lesbian? How can you do that if you're asexual? How can you do that if you're a zoophiliac?
No, you can't. This is Romans chapter 1. I'm going to start at see. 21. Because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the incorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible men, and to birds, and to four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore Yahweh Bashem Yahushai also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gave them up on the vile affections.
So the Lord gave these people up on the vile affection, man, because they being foolish, they thought that they were wise, man. All right, because they think they're so smart that they can do without the Creator, their Creator, man. And that's how these people think, man. They think that they could. Esau, man. Esau thinks that he can do things his way, man. That he does. There's no need for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Right? Because Esau can synthesize everything. Esau has all the answers to everything, man. Esau can dissect everything and see how it works and why it works, how it works, you know. And so these devils, they worship, these people, man, they worship things that are wicked, basically. You know, they worship things that they created themselves. It talks about, I think it's in Wisdom of Solomon, it talks about like a carpenter, when he's done making useful things like tables and chairs and he's got some wood left over, he's bored, he's sitting around the house, he has nothing to do, so he carves an image out of it. And next thing you know, people are worshiping it, man. He overlays it with gold, it's masterful work, it's beautiful.
Well, it says that he himself worships the work of his own hands.
The work of his own hands, that's what these people do. And they're foolish thinking that they're wise, man.
And that's mainly a lot of you Latinos, man. That's mainly a lot of you Latinos, because you'll get a candle, put an image in it, and then start praying to it, worshiping it, bringing it food. Okay?
And drink off food and drink off it.
Yeah, that's you Latinos, man. The Northern Kingdom, man. Okay? And you got Southern Kingdom that does it as well. But it's mainly the Northern Kingdom, man. Alright? You are heavy into idolatry, even to this day. That's why you can't put down that white meat, man. Cesare Borgia. White Jesus, man. Which is false. Okay? When you read the Bible, the Lord was a so-called black man, alright? In the Old and New Testament. Okay? And the white man is a devil, according to the Bible. Okay? That's according to the truth. Alright? It says, verse 25. Verse 26. For this cause Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature. So that goes into lesbians, man. And it says that the Lord gave them up to vile affections. Meaning the Lord put demons on you people, man. The Lord put demons on these people, and you see it here in America. What will possess a man to wear a fucking dress and paint his face as a woman? A demon. Okay? That's a demon, man. Will possess a man into wanting to put something up his exit, man. Alright? That's gross, man. That's sick. That's against nature. And you women, alright, to have lust upon yourselves, man. To be lesbians, man. And you see that in the media heavy.
These women, they worship themselves.
Yeah, they worship themselves. You know.
That's why they're in the media, heavy in the media, the social media.
Yeah, and going back to the media, that's where you see a lot of these lesbians, man. Alright? This woman I know, she showed me a video of this model chick, and the model chick was so infatuated with herself that she said if she found another woman as sexy as her, that she'd fuck her, man. That's a vile affection, man. That shows you that if Esau put the right amount of money in this woman's face, that she would have sex with another woman, if she has that kind of mentality. Or if it's something in it for her that she desires, she'll have sex with another woman. She gets caught at the right moment, right? Slocky, the wrong moment, the wrong moment, and the wrong time, she'll have sex with another woman. So-called sex. So if it happens to these women, it happens to these men out here, these Babylonians. And, well, anybody that takes on these customs of Babylon is a Babylonian. No matter what country you're in. Okay? There's more. It says, likewise also the men leaving the natural use of the woman. And the natural use of the woman is to be your servant, for her to be your sex toy, your wife, alright, your child bearer. That's what a woman was created for, man. For a man to have sex with and to bring children. You know?
And that's it.
And that's all.
Nothing else.
She wasn't created to be your prized possession, somebody you set up. You know? That's not what a woman was created for. She's created to be your fucking servant.
That's how you know these sluts are the devil, man. Because as soon as they hear the scriptures come out, they plug out, man.
Alright, she was created to be a sex servant, man. You have sex with her, shoot her, nut all in her. 9 months later, she brings out a child.
Which is a beautiful thing. You look it up online, you just go to this different research that they do. These women need your semen, man. It's beneficial to their health. It promotes good hormones. It promotes good pH levels. It promotes all types of stuff, man. It helps their mood. It makes them happy. It relieves stress.
Google never lies.
Google never lies. This coming from Esau, man. Esau said that the dick is good for you women, man. The juice is good, man.
And there's a reason why the Lord created it, all right, to be like that. It's pleasuring, all right. It relieves stress, okay. You know.
Lesbians, you ain't getting your juice, man.
Nah, these lesbians, they be getting it, all right. They just be fucking around, okay. There's a reason why she's like that anyway. She was touched the wrong way when she was young. Okay? She has some kind of experience where she didn't like it. That's why she turns that way. Okay? Back in Romans. Alright?
And this society promotes homosexuality and period, man.
Yeah, because the Lord, he mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
It's like they got that song, I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It.
All
these little kids that be listening to fucking garbage, these so-called white people push out.
Yeah. You should be ashamed of what you teach these little kids. You damn demon. It says, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meat.
Yeah, the recompense of your error. It's what you're receiving. A lot of you